Yeah, mental health, gotta look out for She's Tyreese McAllister, the therapist on the mic, bringing mental health wisdom, shining bright like a light. Guiding souls to peace, leading minds to the right. With her codes by her side, they soar to new heights. Marcy Trueheart in the mix, mental health advocate, speaking truth, sparking change, grinding like a maverick. Empowering minds, lifting spirits, it's never too late. Together with the crew, just trying to do great. Jamie Tyler in the house, a TV star, champion mental health, taking it far, sharing stories, inspiring minds, raising the bar, with codes by the side, reaching for the stars. Thursday therapy, breaking stigmas all around. With this crew, they here for the town. Mental health help, spreading love profound. Their voices echo loud with a resounding sound. Thursday therapy, here to make a change, spreading love, sharing knowledge in a world so strange. Tyreese, Marcy, Jamie on this mental health range, standing united this far from a game.
Hey y'all!
What's up, ladies?
How's everything?
Marcy. What's up, Marcy and Tyreese?
Hey,
Jamie and Ty. Woo!
Look, me and Marcy was together all day. You see, we got on our Moms Demand Action shirt. We were we were in Annapolis today, doing some work on gun violence because we need that. Even though the numbers are that the statistics say that they are lower, that's what the numbers say. But it's still too many for me. So we y'all check out our social media page because I'm going to be posting some of the work we're doing. We're doing some very important work with with a very important group of women called Moms Demand Action. Notice that the women Moms Demand Action also wear red and white, similar to the Deltas. I'm just saying, like when you see the red and white show up, we about to take care of business.
That's what's up.
What say you, Marcy?
You know what? Today, Tyreese, on my way home, I realized how important this lobby work is because and I'm just going to talk about one of the bills. So one of the bills is to strike down the Glock switch. I'm sorry, the Glock switch, which turns the Glock into a automatic machine that what is it? 150 rounds a minute.
It was a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot. Nothing that needs to be, not unless you're in military tactic. But what I realized that we were lobbying, but we went to save lives that we would never ever know would have been lost because we took the time, took our energy, and we lobbied with the delegates, with the senators, sat down and was able to talk to them. Now, just imagine, it was a lot of us lobbying to save lives. It's a beautiful thing. So I am so excited for Moms Demand Action and everything that they do.
Yeah. And then Jamie, you being a retired police officer, actually having worked homicide, this work is important too because there's been a lot of police shootings, people shooting at police. So, we want to make sure that our law enforcement and neighborhoods are safe. So we're doing good work. So real quick, Marcy mentioned one of the pieces of legislation we were pushing and encouraging our elected officials to sponsor and co-sponsor. But we also talked about the domestic violence to reduce, when people have a what is it called? The peace order or protective order. Usually their guns are not relinquished until like the third piece of it in Maryland, right? The third level. And we were asking that when somebody is accused the first time that their guns are relinquished, because if a gun is in play during a domestic violence situation, then we know the woman is most likely to be killed or harmed by that gun. And so we want
76%.
76%.
Yes.
Thank you for the statistics. And so we want to have those people have their guns removed out of their, removed from their possession, even if it's temporary, right? Because we know that crimes of passion, having worked mobile crisis for over 30 years, crimes of passion, people act out, people don't think, people don't have emotional intelligence, people are acted out on emotion. So even just to remove the gun, if people get their guns back, maybe okay, but definitely in the heat of the moment, we need those guns removed out of the equation. Yeah, and I'm sure you've seen your share of domestics too.
Yeah, sadly I have, yes. And never easy, never.
Yeah. So that's what the dynamic duo is doing with our third counterpart. We call ourselves Things 1, 2, and 3. We were out in these Annapolis streets, the capital of Maryland, just doing doing good work. So that's what we got going on. What about you, Jamie?
Well, I don't have my cool shirt on. I got my mentally fit shirt on. Last week
that's a cool shirt though.
Yes. But last week I had my Commander shirt on because I was celebrating that win, but this week is a little different. Football's over for the Commanders, and I'm a little upset.
But y'all did come on, who would have thought y'all was going to be?
I agree, but it just hurt. We was thinking Super Bowl or nothing, and we didn't make it. So it just hurt a little bit. Just hurt.
Yeah. But I gotta give it because I'm not from the DC area, and I'm not a football fan at all. My husband is a Commander fan, but I gotta give it to y'all. This is the first year I'm like, I even watched the game, Jamie. I don't know nothing about football, but I was like, it was exciting for the home team to be, to get this far. So I know you said, but I just want to, say your team did very respectful this year. Very.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I got a few emotions going on. I mean, of course, we can't ignore what's going on in the world right now with the plane crash yesterday. So my whole brain is just all over the place. More so about that because it's just so sad and tragic. And then I'm just thinking about my former coworkers who out there witnessing this devastation. It just got me in a little funk right now. That's all.
Yeah.
But we are here.
And that's real.
Yeah. And thank you for expressing it, because a lot of times, especially men, they won't express that I'm not good. I'm not really in a good space. But we're thankful for the first responders to come to the rescue. So we're thankful for your co-workers. But you can tell your passion is still there. And that right there, sir, proves to us and many other people that first responders care. Even when this is not even your shift anymore, but the care that you still have for the people, the empathy for the people and for your co-workers, that just proves just the person that you are. And really, because you were a police officer, that's how most of our police officers really are. So, thank you for just constantly showing the human side of law enforcement. And we do want to definitely send out our prayers to the people who lost their lives and the families who have to process this in this plane crash. And unfortunately, like Tyreese, a young lady that you were really close to, you have to, you're going to her funeral on Friday or Saturday, and a close friend. So I just want to just ask for healing of the hearts for the people who are hurting, whatever the situation is. I just ask that the higher powers to be just send that healing power to every one of us that are hurting in any type of way.
Yeah, I received that, and thank you so much for that. The last 2 days I spent at a training in Manassas with other law enforcement doing another model of care, but it's called stress first aid, and very different. Like it's really working with peers, and peers in this light are for first responders, so not just police, but firefighters, 911 operators, and even crisis workers. Like I have served for 30 years. that people who are in the field kind of help each other in the field. And so very good training, only to have to deal with the plane crash that evening of my class. And then tomorrow, really being able to exercise exactly what I learned, because tomorrow all day and possibly some night shifts too, I'll be dealing with that. So for all of our listeners, definitely pray for me, because it is a lot. I think we do not we don't understand all of what police go through. So what I'm understanding, what I'm going to be dealing with tomorrow is the people who responded to the crash, who are pulling out bodies and body parts, and dealing with some, pretty horrific situations. And, I know a lot of times people do not care for the police. And I'm not saying that they're not any bad police, but I don't think people really have any clue of the other stuff that they don't get to see, and the stress that police officers, firefighters, ambulance workers, crisis workers, 911 operators really can be under, and what they see and hear, right? And so just praying too, not just for the families and the friends and the people who love the people in a plane crash, but all the people who have to deal with even the aftermath. And so I'm asking too for our listening audience to keep me in prayer, because trust me, 8 to 16 hours of listening to horrible stories takes a toll on me too, as a clinician. But I always say I'm a clinician that has a therapist. I'll probably be seeing mine too, and getting me a massage this weekend if I could fit it in. So, because self-care is important for all of us. So, real quick too, the other thing I wanted to say, did I do something to this thing? The other thing I wanted to say that I think is really, really important, because I've been getting this from my clients, and even when we were doing some role plays for my 2 days of training, one of the things that we were talking about is really where people are mentally, and it's called a moral injury, right? Like, we don't talk about what a moral injury is, but a moral injury is like when we are extremely bothered by the actions of other people. So let's say, for example, Jamie was a police officer and he got a coworker that's doing the wrong thing. Like, he's out here and he's messing up and he's making a bad name for police officers. Like, how that even impacts your stress level, right? And how it impacts you emotionally. That's just one example. Or you're out here trying to be the best police officer you can be, and you got a supervisor on your back, or the community doesn't appreciate you. But the moral injury I think that we are all dealing with right now is the current administration. Like, we have to really pray for our country. We really have to pray for our country, because I have friends, and I've been so busy, I haven't even had a chance to check on my friends, but I'm going to call them after this show, because I got friends who work for federal government, lots of friends who work for federal government, and that's got to be crazy to just be dealing with that. I got a few friends who work in DEI, right? And like, what's happening with them and their jobs. And, I got friends who are federal contractors, and, all of this is happening. And then to add insult to freaking injury, this joker gonna blame DEI on the plane crash on DEI, as if people aren't hurting enough. So, it's not, it's the foolery that we are just being exposed to on a daily basis. It really is a moral injury, which also can add to me not feeling my best, or me feeling, kind of depressed. I wanted to introduce the term to you all, because sometimes we might not understand why we in this, like Jamie called it a funk, but sometimes we're dealing with a moral injury because things just ain't going right, or people saying the craziest stuff, and it really impacts our vibrational levels, how we show up, or just kind of like dampens our spirit. And I'm sure for African Americans everywhere that this is a struggle. These are hard times, because a lot of times we dealt with subliminal stuff, but this joker is so blatant, it's crushing. So I'll just stop there, but just wanted to let everybody know that real quick. Shout out to Jason and Gwen who are watching us. Thank y'all for showing up. We appreciate y'all. If you're watching us on the replay, make sure you hit us up with a hashtag replay. Marcy, who do we have on the virtual couch today?
One more thing, Jamie, to Saturday will be the 2nd of February, right? So
the first, I think it's the first.
It's the first?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So Are we doing a diaper drive?
Yeah, diaper drive is going on, but I gotta, cause I actually know Renee as well, the funeral that she's talking about.
Yeah,
know for many years, and I gotta figure out how we gonna do that.
But
okay, I was
Saturday,
gonna tell you,
yes.
I'm not gonna be able to make it. I'm not gonna be able to make it because I'm gonna need to go to that funeral if I'm not pushed into work, because they're really talking about having us work 16-hour shifts to cover this, which so it's a lot.
But yes, it is Saturday, yes, 9 to 12.
Okay, yeah. So I won't be able to make it either. But I just wanted to make sure, to go on your page to see where the diaper drive is. The diaper drive where they give 50 diapers. You have to just show proof of your children, child rather, and you get 50 free diapers. Them diapers is expensive. Okay, but without further ado, we spring this on you, but without further ado, like, we have a father and son duo. The dad is a pastor, a trainer, but the son is the TKO, right? He knocking folks out just by walking past them. But Trey, and I'm gonna let them introduce themselves, but what Trey's here, this young man's platform is mental health or mental wellness. And we had to bring father and son on today we want to talk about the dad being a pastor, a trainer, son being trained by dad, the platform. So we got a lot to go jump into. So we're going to just give this floor to the Fullers.
Hello, y'all.
Hello. How y'all doing?
Fine.
What's up, fellas?
Have y'all been in the gym all day today?
No, actually, well, he been in mostly, but I got off work and I met him in the gym and everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, well, first of all, we want to ask, as a father and a trainer, how does that dynamics work? I want to hear from you, Pastor Fuller, and then Trey, I want to hear from you.
All right. First, I wanted to clarify everything with that and everything. I wanted to train it. So when I introduced him to boxing, but when I brought him in, when he really took it serious and when he stepped in there, so I did pass it on. That even though I'm right here, I have his head trainer is Ernesto Rodriguez, the one that used to train the former middleweight champion, Jared Swift Hurd.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying it.
Yeah.
All right.
But
you like, my dad is really not my trainer. Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to plant the seed and taught him the fundamentals of it, and still in here training with him and everything, and just keeping them mentally sound and everything, focused, and keeping them in the right direction.
Good. That's one of the things that I've heard about boxing, that it really is a mental game. It definitely is a skill game. If you got a heavy punch, that's good to have, but it really is about a mental game.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And let me just say, fellas, it's a pleasure to meet you guys in person. I've actually attended 2 of your last fights over at Entertainment Sports Arena and sat ringside. I don't know if I know I saw your son when he came out a couple times, but just wishing you guys congrats on everything, continued success. I'll be at the next one whenever you back at it with Davis Promotions, and I just love the fact to see dad and son be pouring into him, and it just warms my heart, because I don't know, how old are you now, Trey?
22.
22. So yeah, I got a 24 and a 28, and there's nothing like that bond, father son bond. I guess if I had a question for Trey, would be what goes into, like, this fight day? What stuff do you do intentionally for your mental health space to get ready for that fight that night?
Well, I stay around family. I stay around the ones that care and love for me, and definitely we big on spiritual. So of course we always prayed up, keeping God first. That's the main thing, of course. But I just do everything that I normally do to keep me comfortable, keep me mentally focused, mentally sharp. But I'm just around family, and I got a praying family, so I'm never really worried. I'm just around the ones that love and care for me until it's time to get the job done.
I love that. I love that. Thank you for saying that. And I wish more people can get to that. I think, as African Americans, we have really gotten away from praying and from family, right? But that is the key. And for you to be 22 and to know that, yeah, that's good stuff right there.
Yeah, but it also says it's volume. It speaks volumes for your parents, and of course your parents in that village that you have, because we all know it's not just the parents, it's the aunties. Because I think I'm the number one auntie in the world, but that's a different story. But it's the aunties and the uncles and the cousins that keep you intact. So, but Pastor Fuller, as one of his trainers, as introducing him into the boxing world, as being his dad and his mentor, how do you keep your mental health together?
The same thing, like you said, through prayer, because I just know where God had brought me from. Let's say I was a former fighter. I always seen myself being, a world champion and out there and everything, but then the time when I was boxing, I was in the wrong type of lifestyle. And then when God finally turned my life around and everything, he chose a different route for me and everything. So I just passed on everything. It was like it was this divine order. Everything went to my son. You know what I'm saying? But when the Lord changed my life around, I was just like, I made up my mind that my children wouldn't experience the things that I experienced. So that's where it stemmed from. I actually never wanted my son to fight, but I always taught all my children the fundamentals of boxing and everything. But I didn't want to be that father that pushed him to fight and everything. I wanted him to choose it, and when he chose it, I seen that he had it.
Are you better than your dad, Trey? Just blink twice. You ain't got it.
Listen, I tell him I know it. I'm not ashamed to do it. Disco Bob Layton Jones said all the time in the ring, but he got it. So therefore that's why I back him so much, because I know he got it. He got it. Because other than that, I wouldn't even want him in the ring, because this is a get hurt sport. This ain't nothing that you play with.
Yeah,
absolutely. And speaking on that, somebody who's messed around a little bit in this space, the preparation is how you win those big fights. All that training leading up to it, that's how you win on when the lights come on. And nowhere near y'all level of experience, but just messing around, hitting the mitts, hitting the bag. I said just today, because I did some mid work today, I just said, how the hell do you do this for 3 minutes, 12 times? Even 6 as you starting off, and 8 and then 10. Like I'm dead after a minute. Like my shoulder blades burning. I know y'all know what I'm talking about when that jazz.
But you also 50, Jamie. He ain't 50.
That is true. That is true. That is true. But
he 9-0. So he's saying, look, I got something to eat. My mama that made me a fresh meal. When I get off, I'm gonna knock you out real quick, and we're gonna go ahead and finish this off. So we ain't got time for 12 rounds for 3 minutes. I mean,
but I'm just saying, just whatever age, you gotta start somewhere, and to get that muscle memory and that stamina and your shoulders, and then the workout aspect, the boxing aspect. Like I give anybody who can get in that ring all my respect, because just to make it to the pros and get in that ring, you got all my respect.
And Jamie, I'm right along with you. I'm 52. I'm still trained right with them. When they're in camp, I'm in camp.
Yeah, I'll be 52 this year, so we probably know a lot of the same people. I promise you.
Yeah, I remember y'all. I remember you and stuff though. I definitely do. Yeah.
Okay. So
I wanted to have.
Huh?
Every guest we have knows Jamie.
I've been around. I don't know. I mean, we could talk offline where it's from, but I just been around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I wanted to say something. Oh,
go ahead. No. Go ahead,
I wanted to say thank you for being vulnerable and honest about like the early part of your life and the transition, because I think that's something important to highlight too. Sometimes when parents have had a different lifestyle, they're not open about it, right? Like they try to pretend like, no, I've always been what I want you to be, right? Like, and it's not always that way. So thank you for your transparency in that. And then also giving God the credit, because I think that's also important, because God can change us, right? If we not who we want to be, like, or who God would want us to be, we can make those transitions as well. And again, thank you for sharing it, openly, because sometimes, I'm a therapist, so I'm always working with parents who are like, oh my God, my kid is doing this. And I'm like, hey, did you ever skip school? Did you ever not do your homework? Did you ever smoke weed or do whatever? Right? Like, and parents are like, oh no, I've never done it. I'm like, come on. And they're like, I don't want my kid to know. I'm like, you be human. Be human to your kid and have some empathy for what they're going through, And so thank you for that.
And that's what I stand by, transparency, because you have to be real, because you have to be upfront. I'm not ashamed of nothing I went through, because I went through, but I'm here now. So you know what I'm saying? That's the testimony of it, and then let them know that they can do the same thing, and they don't have to experience the things that we experience.
Yeah, thank you for that.
So Trey, what I want to know is what made you make this, because you're 9-0. Okay. What made you take this fight and stand on the mental wellness platform?
Well, what made me take it is I got a lot of friends who went through mental health. I lost a lot of friends as well too. So you never know what somebody else going through behind closed doors. They can put a smile on their face, but really not okay. So you never know, like a simple conversation, how you feeling, a simple laugh can save somebody's life. So it's just, I've been in a lot of situations where people that have been like, dang, bro, just being around you or just conversating with you helped me for the whole week. Like, you brighten up my whole day, you brighten up my whole week. So you just never know how your presence can motivate somebody to feel like, oh yeah, I belong here. I don't need to take my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to talk to somebody. Me talking to somebody can help. So I just base everything that I'm doing, everything that I do it for a reason. So like I said, my last fight, how y'all spoke earlier, it was on gun violence as well. You know what I'm saying? I lost.
Thank you for that.
I lost a couple friends and a couple people to gun violence too. So I can know how that can be a mental toll on a lot of people as well. So mental health, I had a couple friends who still deal with it to this day, and they find a ways to deal for it, and I pray for them daily. So it's just like, I do this boxing thing not just for me, but for other people to know that I can understand them as well, just not in the ring, but outside of the ring too. Like, I understand supporters as well, and I'm with them every step of the way.
Thank you for that. And what you probably don't know about me is my daughter was killed by gun violence. So I thank you for standing on that. That is, she was 18. It was 2017. And she was 18 years old. And I just appreciate young people really understanding their role and having a platform. Jamie too uses his platform for mental health. When you have a platform, like it to me, it's really being used by God, right? Like we get elevated to a certain level to have a platform. And I just love that Jamie has taken his platform, his celebrity, and really done something positive with it. And thank you for doing the same thing, especially as a young person, because a lot of times young people are just like, nah, it's about me. Look at me, And so just thank you for that at 22 years old. That's amazing.
Definitely. I appreciate that.
And with that, just having that emotional intelligence, that makes you even more
a hotter commodity.
More just, what is it? Strategic in the ring.
Yeah.
Because you're not boxing what they learn. You have more in you, and it's just like, okay, this knockout.
You're fighting for something. You're fighting for something.
Yeah. So how does it feel to be 9-0? I mean, tell us, how does it feel to be just every race you had, not race.
Every fight.
fight. Thank you. I'm sorry, my interpretive skill kicked in too hard.
Now it feel good to make it this far, but I know it's a whole lot more to do. So I know my why and my goals that I want to get to. But to be 9-0 right now is definitely a blessing. But I know it's a lot of people watching and want to take away that oath. So I'm just making sure I work as hard as possible to keep climbing, 10-0, 11-0. Just keep climbing to knock over every stepping stone or milestone that I got lined up.
Okay, so let's talk about your upcoming fight.
Well, now I'm training right now. We still in the works with the date, but it's looking like a confirmed day will be in April. So I'm getting prepared for April. Any day in April, I'll be prepared for it. But
okay,
it's just
where are you fighting?
What you say again?
Where are you fighting?
All of that will be announced real soon. It's still in negotiations with the promotion.
Will it be in this area? Will it be in
yes,
the DMV?
yes. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
At first we had the date for May the 8th, but things I'll say March the 8th, but some things just kept falling apart. Sometimes in this field things don't connect right. So not saying that date is out of the equation, but right now it's still up in the air. So that's why, and we just now finding this out. Things was going back and forth with the card.
Okay. I mean, but we definitely want you to keep us updated. And we might need you to just hop on in, before the fight to just promote it a little bit more.
Okay.
Oh yeah. And
do you have a website or something where people can follow you?
Yes, I have a Instagram. Y'all can follow me at 10K Trey __. That's my Instagram.
10K Trey.
Yes. Yes. 10K
TRE.
Yes, TREY __. And I have a fan page called Trey Pound Daily. That's where a lot of most of my all of my information as far as like fight dates, anything that I have coming up. That's what the promotion page that really. No, it's TREY.
I'm gonna fix it. Hold on.
I got 2 on it.
I know. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yes, we need tech.
Yeah, this is when we need our tech person.
And just to mention, he's the ABO super bantamweight regional champion, regional champion. He won that in this 8th fight.
Okay.
Sure did.
Now say that again. He's
the ABO super bantamweight.
What does that mean? What does the ABO mean?
American organization. American boxing organization.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. You got to dumb it down for the non-boxing people. All I know is TKO.
But that just put them in line for the major belts. When you get them belts, the regional titles and and things like that, they put you in line. It's get you notarized and stuff like that. So it's just a building platform as he going to the world champ. I'm working on that world championship title.
We're not working on it. It's done. He already has it. Okay.
And we had that saying, it's already written. He just got to walk it out.
It's already written. Yeah.
Right.
It's already written.
Yes. That's
go ahead, James.
I got a question for Dad. I'm gonna give Dad his flowers for a black male raising another strong black male. What give me some insight on, I guess, young Trey. That generation now, they playing with phones and PlayStation and everything else. How did you focus his mind on that discipline of boxing? Because boxing is all about the discipline, what you eating, that running them miles and push-ups and pull-ups, getting in that gym every day. How did you translate that over to a young Trey to get him where he is today?
Basically, because I know he's seen me doing it. Because when he was young, I was still training and stuff. Because when in that transition, when God was calling me to something else, I was still training. I said, I was telling God, I thought he was nah, the guy, you can't be calling me to do this. This is where I'm at to fighting, but I'm still training. He's seen it. He's seen me train. He's seen my discipline and everything. And then I have him out with me. They used to run with me sometimes and stuff like that. And so I just think he picked up on that, and he's seen my work ethics.
Yeah, and again,
so you demonstrated it.
That's why I want to give you flowers, because like I you know, I got I battled my oldest son, just trying to get him to just focus on being a better man. And you know, at that young age, that's where it's crucial to, you know, get them watching what you're doing, get their minds doing something with their life. And you know, I give you flowers that he got it at that young age, watching you. It's a beautiful thing to watch.
But yeah. Again, I give all the credit to God, because when He saved my life, man, I'm telling you, I'm just gonna give you a little. I was shot, I was kidnapped, I was facing 17 years in jail. But God, I walked away with nothing. And then when my life started turning around, I gave my life over to Christ and everything, you know, and just try to start a new walk in life. But God had me every step of the way, and then it just like He just started revealing, you know, and what looked like the worst days in my life was the very things that saved my life. When I went through that, that's the very thing that saved my life. And when I gave my life over to Him, that's where it started. And then, you know, He just told me that He had another fight for me to fight. And, you know, I ran from pastoring for a minute. I didn't think He was calling somebody like me to be a pastor. Right. But, you know, but when I gave my life to Christ, I made that vow, Lord, if I give you my life, when I have children, they will not, I stood on that, they will not experience the things I experienced. They will not, whatever it took, my children and will never experience what I had to go through or what I went through.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Us being the same age, like our kids don't seem to think we was ever their age. Yeah. You know, once upon a time, and they want to bump their heads on their own, and all we want to do is tell them, look, man, we did that back then. This ain't what you want to do. And that's what I was struggling with mine. He just, you know, I preached it from little league, elementary, all that, and he got to that age where he just still kind of wanted to test the waters, and that's just the struggle, you know, we still had today.
Yeah. But let me say something to encourage you, and I think Pastor is saying it as well, is that sometimes people do have their walk, right? They have their own walk, and I'm dealing with parents all the time who are in your situation, Jamie, where their kids are not doing what they think they should do, right? Including myself as a therapist, not living the way I want my children to live. However, Pastor's a great example that even when you have your struggles, right? And we have to let our kids have their struggles. We can't save them from everything, that they can actually turn out to be good. Like look at Pastor now, right? And but he was looking at 17 years. So, you know, putting your children in God's hands, because we can't always do it. You know, everybody's not going to have, every parent is not going to have the well-behaved, well-disciplined child of Trey. Sometimes we have a Deja and a little Jamie, right? Sometimes we just have that. That's the truth. But we maintain relationships with our kids. We still love them, and we pray over their lives that God protects them and that they will one day see the change. Because sometimes it just takes an experience for them to get there, right? Like, so we can't throw away our kids and give up on them, even when they're not living the way we want them to live, because they can turn it around and they will have a testimony.
Let me share something too, and I believe me, I'm telling you, everything that you sharing with him, even though it might seem like he not hearing it or he not listening, but I'm telling you, in them situations, I can tell you that I know that your voice ring in his head. And there's some things that we have to go through. We don't know, and like I forgot your name again.
Tyreese.
Tyreese.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, like he said, you know, something you just have to go through, but I know he hear you. You know what I'm saying? So that all you can do is just continue to be that platform, continue to be that ear, that voice when he need that, when he have that ear to listen. Just be that time. Just, you know, can't push it on him, but you know, I believe the Lord revealed times when he have an ear to ready to hear what you have to say. You know,
Yeah.
so you just be listening and you just continue to love him like you've been loving him. But he hear you though. I'm telling you,
and I think what parents can't appreciate, and I can say this with my relationship with little Jamie, is that Jamie, you could tell little Jamie was raised right. Like I can tell, right? It's in there. It's in there. He just want to do what he want to do, right? And that's a lot of young people. But he's gonna be fine because he got it. He just gotta find his way. Just like my daughter, like she just got to find a way. Like she's made a good stuff. She got good stuff in her. She just hard-headed, but she's growing up, and I let her bump her head. Like I don't save her from bumping her head because it's the pain. We change in pain. Like Pastor was saying, when he was looking at 17 years is when the change came. Yeah. So long as things are going good, and if we save our children, it goes good because we done rescue them again because we know people or we got certain position. But it's the pain that helps some people change, and some people that's just how they change. Like me, I don't want no pain. I'm pain avoidant. But some people like, nah, I'm serious.
Nah,
I don't even have a
trust
tattoo.
me.
Like I'm serious pain avoidant. I don't do anything that's gonna cause me pain, right? Intentionally. I'm pain avoidant, but some people like, nah, I just want to see what it's like for myself. Yeah. So that's our babies. That's our babies. That's who they are, Jamie. But they're gonna be all right, both of them.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm sorry, thinking, just think of Pastor's mother, how she prayed to God all of those days, all of those nights, all of those years. And it might have taken a long time, but look how her prayer, not only did her prayer save her son, now there's generations that will be saved because she never gave up on him. And now he is the product. Now he is planting the seed. He is planting trees of generations to come. So yeah, just think of it like that.
We just had a whole therapy session. Woohoo!
Yeah. Y'all know I'm letting them bump it. So I don't get it twisted. I'm out the way. You got to figure it out. I mean, he about to be 29 now, so I can't fuss no more. It's like, all right, you tried your way. One day you're gonna figure it out. So.
Look at how we was hard-headed.
Speak for yourself.
But the difference is them 80s that all of us came up in, hard-headed, you might not be here today.
No, I wasn't hard-headed. I'm sorry. Like I said, I was pain avoidant, and my mother definitely was old school with the belt. So if I figured out she didn't like that, I'm like, yeah, don't do that again. I was not hard-headed.
I was hard.
I'm pain avoidant. I never got a beating for the same thing twice because I'm like, ooh, she don't like that. Don't do that. Unlike Marcy. Marcy is hard-headed. No, I'm just kidding.
And I got a beat. I used to get beatings all the time. But
hey, Trey, I want to ask you a question. Oh, go ahead. I want to ask Trey a question real quick. Trey, you seem so humble, right? So laid back. And so, of course, I'm thinking different of I think when I think of boxers, I think of Muhammad Ali, definitely not a humble spirit. Great boxer, but not humble at all, right? And Mike Tyson, right? I grew up in the era of when Mike Tyson was running around the club accosting people. Because I'm from Jersey, he's from New York. So how do you stay so humble?
Because I see where not being humble can get you. I've seen plenty of situations happen where somebody was at the top, and just because they were so arrogant, all them blessings that they got, God took it right away. So I try to stay as humble as possible and keep a clean spirit, so I want to end up like that.
You are an amazing young man for 22. You got old people wisdom. I love it.
And I want to go back to I think Jamie, you were saying like when you're training to fight, it's the running, it's your diet, your nutrition, your diet. So Trey, tell us what you do. Tell us what's some of your formulas for your daily eating habits.
Oh, when I'm in camp, my parents are pescatarian, so when I'm in camp, whatever they cook, that's what I eat. You know what I'm saying? So it's really vegan stuff. Honestly, I go vegan when I'm in camp. So we can say what's some of the stuff that y'all.
Man, we know we do the fish, the salads, man, the vegetables, my wife said, eat God food. And when she said God food, anything that's grown. If it's not grown, then that's we cook it like that. We cook all types of vegetables. And we put those fish and stuff in there now and then and stuff like that. But just eat healthy. Just eat healthy, with the selection that we have now and everything, with the food that's going on now. So we try our best, to eat as healthy as we can, you know what I'm saying? And so he followed that.
So a lot of homegrown natural foods and fruits, of course. And a whole bunch of water and some that y'all might know, sea moss too. I take a whole lot of sea moss as well.
Yeah, how you think I got this beautiful skin?
Let me take my notes because I'm trying to get this 4-pack down here. It just ain't easy like at 22.
Yeah. Jamie, I saw your video the other day. You were doing amazing in the gym, right? I just respect. I saw you. Yeah, you were doing.
Thank you. I'm trying to keep up in case somebody try to jump on me one day. I gotta get them off me. But
that's good because if they jump on me, I want you to get them.
Right.
Let me tell you, these bones hurt at 52. Good God Almighty.
Well, I'm 56, so I get it.
Exactly.
So Trey, what do you do for your mental to keep your mental intact?
Stay around the ones that love me. I protect my peace, and I stay prayed up. I just stay locked. I stay locked in. Like I just stay locked in. I keep the main thing, the stuff that matters. If it's anything negative, anything that don't involve me to be doing, I stay as far away from it because I know it can mess up everything I got going on. Like I got something that I don't want to lose, and the place where I'm building to, I know I got to separate myself from a lot of things and do things totally different.
Yeah. And I hope our listening audience heard you loud and clear, like you protect your peace. I speak about that all the time as a therapist. I'm constantly hearing my clients or other people say, they stole my joy. I'm not going to do this with my peace. I'm like, no, you giving them your peace. Like it's really your peace and it's up to you to protect it. So when people are negative, you don't have to be around them. Like you can choose not to be around them. When people start talking crazy, I'm out of there. My friends say I'm dismissive. I say, I don't dismiss anybody. I just dismiss myself. Right. I'm just not here for the foolishness. No, I get away from it. Marcy can tell you, I like people be talking and I'm out because I'm like, this ain't gonna work for me. But no, thank you for that. And I'm just so impressed with you at 22 years old to have such wisdom.
He is so wise beyond his years. I'm loving it. And Juan Marshall, yes, he wants to thank us for recognizing our local athletes. And
Juan Marshall, we real good friends.
Okay, so thank you, Juan. And yes, and just because DC has so much talent, period. The talent in DC is just unmatched. So I just love that you, first of all, both of you were able to take the time and come and sit with us on the virtual couch. And Trey, you are truly wise beyond your years because of the simple fact we can't get some AARP card holders to understand that protect your peace. So we thank you for standing on this platform of mental health. We thank you for standing on your platform of gun violence prevention. So any platform that you stand on, we know that the success is already there. So we're elated. And I think I can speak for Thursday Therapy, this crew. We are just definitely elated for anything that you do, because we know it is drenched in the anointing. And Pastor, because Trey's not the only child. How many more siblings?
Listen, let me tell you. I say God tried to make me the modern day Abraham. I have 9 kids.
What?
9 kids. Trey is he's in the middle. He's right in the middle. And like I told all my kids to box and everything, but he's the one that picked it up. I'm saying my oldest child is 32. She's 32 and everything. I used to have my daughters in there boxing and training and stuff, but he's the one that really, I taught all of them to box and just to be able to protect themselves, and that's how I kept them out of trouble. I have them in the gym.
So Trey, does any of your siblings ever want to go one-on-one with you?
Not no more. Not no more. Not no more.
Nah, I've seen him fight. He gets it in. And okay. I got a question for both of y'all. Y'all both can answer. Gotta ask. It's no brainer. Tank or Lamont? And now both of y'all can answer that.
I'm a fan watcher. I'm neutral with both sides so I'm just a fan watcher. I'm just glad that two people who came up in the area able to rise together and then say, all right, we both gonna get paid and change our family life. So I'm proud of both of them for doing what they doing and making a difference for our area, putting our area on notice. So whoever, it's a win-win for both of them and
absolutely. That.
But I knew Tank since he was small, and Roach, I knew him. But I just think, listen, I'm gonna be real. I think Lamont catching them at the fight at the right time. So it's up in the air. I'm telling you, I'm not putting nothing past Lamont and everything. But the Tank got that equalizer with both hands, so he got to be on point every round. He can't relax in there. But if anybody can do it, I know Lamont can do it.
Okay. Hey, I agree. At first, my heart is hometown DC.
Yeah.
And I've watched Lamont since he was real young, but I met Tank a few times when he was young. So I'm like Lil Earl. I'm like, I want to see them both get out of there healthy, get their money, get on to the next thing.
Yeah, I think a lot of people is overlooking this fight. This fight gonna be a whole lot competitive than people think it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think a lot of people overlooking Lamont, but Lamont, man, he's a great fighter. He's a world champion for a reason. So
absolutely.
I feel as though this fight gonna be a whole lot competitive than people think it is. They sleeping on the fight, but this gonna be one of them ones right here. This gonna be fight of the year type of fight.
Yeah, I agree. And then I know we run out of time. Last question: what's next for Trey as far as who's the guy down the road 4, 5, 6 fights? That's the guy right now you're trying to get to.
Yeah, any world champion. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who holding those belts, I want those belts. So the top guy.
Who's the top guy right now in your weight class?
Naoya Inoue, the one in Japan. He got all the belts. So that's who I'm gonna.
Let's go get these belts from him.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what we're gonna be praying for you.
You
got some new aunties praying for you too, bruh.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Again, like we say, we had this saying. I tell him it's already written. He just gotta walk it out. It's already written, and everything. If he just stick to it, I'm telling you, it's not no if. He will be a world champion.
Yeah. I like his poise. I watched him fight twice now, right up close too. I like his poise. So whoever working with him doing a great job with that. Definitely poise in there. He don't get rattled. Definitely got something.
I guess I'm gonna have to go to a fight.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, let us know. I'm definitely interested.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna definitely keep you on the loop because I definitely want y'all there. I want y'all to see me work too. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yes.
So I love everything that you're doing.
And before the fight, once you get everything together, we want to bring you in, even if for a few, so we can make sure that we help promote also, because of the simple fact it's a village.
Oh yeah.
And you already know how villages work, so we won't have to go any further.
Yeah,
for sure.
And Trey,
all right, so go ahead.
Oh no, I was going to ask Trey, just give us some words of wisdom, because you got some words for me that Bring it, son. Come on, nephew.
Some things, what can I say? It's okay to not be okay. What else I can say? It's always an open air. Don't think that you're going through it by yourself. Before you think of doing the negative, think of the positive, or think of how it can affect everything around you. So yeah, I just say just stay grounded, stay with the ones you love, protect your peace, and yeah, that's really it. Protect your peace, be around the ones you love, and stay prayed up, because it's crazy out here, man. So just be around you love.
Yeah. Excellent. Jamie, you have any final things to say?
He took it home. Much
yes,
respect.
He did.
Dad, much respect. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing, man.
Man, Jamie, I would like to connect with you too, man.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm going to put you guys in the green room. If you stay tuned, once we close out, we'll hook back up, okay?
Okay.
Stay on the side. Great show, guys. Woo, that was good.
That
young man is super impressive.
He's
and the dad. Yes.
Yeah. Now, and did you how smooth he is, and with his words? So just imagine if he knocking folks out too. Wow.
Yeah. Now I'm telling you, when I saw the flyer, I didn't realize who we had until I saw the flyer. I was like, oh, that's my man. And I think the last fight he came on the co-main event, but he could have been the main event for real. The main event fight wasn't even that entertaining. His was.
I just want to give a shout out to Marcy, who is doing her thing with executive producing too. This is a small podcast. We're hoping to really be able to grow it, because I think what we're talking about is super important. The feedback that I get, whether it's on social media or even in person, people like, oh, I watched the show, or I was watching on the replay. We're really making a difference, and we're just kind of kicking it with people, but really giving people some stuff. One young lady called me her online therapist. So I'm like, what we're doing is important. So and Marcy, even today, we were out doing our thing, and we out. I mean, it don't matter what we doing. Marcy's like, you're going to be on our show. Let me get your information. So I just wanted to give you a shout out, because I do it too, but not nearly as much as Marcy. So thank you, because my time is a little, I can't keep up with everybody, but Marcy is doing it. Thank you.
Absolutely.
And Marcy, get Aaliyah back, because I'm obviously not good at this engineering. And honestly, I only took it on. No, I received it. Listen, I'm the first person to say when I'm not good at anything, like let somebody else do it. I don't have to be all things. And this is, I'm struggling with it. I mean, I do the best that I can.
You're doing your thing.
I've got us to this point, but bring Aaliyah on. Let's get Aaliyah trained up, and let's get it, so I can keep my peace.
Yes, like you said. And what Trey said, it's okay not to be okay. And literally, that's what we said in the beginning when Jamie was like, I'm in the funk, and that's literally saying I'm not okay right now. And that was
so you know what I love about all of this, Jamie. I'm gonna just take people back to 2 years ago when you sat through my class with Metropolitan Police Department. Jamie attitude was like, I don't even want to be here. I'm about to retire. I don't care about this. I don't care about these people. And before day 2, Jamie was taking pictures of my slides. He was asking questions, right? And I'm just so super excited, because I think like a lot of times we don't really understand the importance, but obviously something I said in our class, like help Jamie out, and now look at him. Not only did he take the class, do well in the class, he got a whole mental health organization, and it started from my class. I love it, right? Like we've done a couple of things together.
Your class brought a lot of clarity to a lot of stuff I was experiencing. And when I read it and heard you talk about it, it just, because I was around people back then that I just couldn't understand why they were like they were. And when you broke down narcissists and all the other categories you were talking about, supervisors. I was like, wow. I'm like, that's him, that's her. That's
right.
He talking about all these people who I was in conflict with, and it just helped me understand, like, it's not just me. Like, these are how these people are made. This is what they are.
Yeah.
So you put a face, you put a name and a face
Absolutely.
to the situation.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, she had it broken down. Just the various type of supervisors you encounter, their personalities, and I was just like, wow, that's why I can't get along with this person.
And people on the street. We talked about people in your show, right? Like, I mean, because we all have something. Like, I continually talk to people about giving people grace, right? Like, we really do, because people have gone through stuff you have no idea about, right? Like, you don't always know what somebody's going through. And so sometimes we might have an interaction with somebody and they kind of throw you off, but I still will walk away giving them grace because I don't know their story. And that helps me, because then if I can give them grace, then I'm also giving myself grace. It's not ruining my day. Like, Marcy and I had a issue, not an issue, but the third person who hangs out with us, we were somewhere today and somebody said something to her and she took it in another way. And when she was telling us, I was like, no, because of whatever, right? Like, we understood the backstory. And she was like, oh, that's not at all how I took it. And that's just an example, right? Like, she thought the lady was being smart with her or doing something. And I'm like, no, what she was talking about made sense. And in context, it made sense to her. But she could have let that ruin her day, or she could have punched the lady in her face, right? Because she thinks she's getting smart. And then you don't really understand. So sometimes we just got to give people grace and give yourself grace.
Yeah, and I think I did well today too, because I walked away a few times, but somebody said my face didn't look right. But
Marcy showed it on her face. See, I work with sex offenders too, so when I got an amazing poker face. Like, I might be disgusted, and you never know. I might be angry, and I'm not going to share with people where my buttons are. So people always say this about me, Tyreese, nothing pisses you off. You never get angry. Oh no, I get angry. I just step away, and then I talk myself off the ledge. Because yesterday I had a very disappointing day. Oh my God. But I had to sit with a few moments, and then I was fine, because I started looking at the blessing of what I had versus what went wrong. Marcy does the same thing, but her face is like, I could punch you. I'm not going to punch you, but I could punch you right now.
Me too. My face won't tell on me.
My Taurus and my Gemini, I know. But see, Virgos, we're untouchable, right? So I'm like, yeah, that don't bother me. And then I go woosah, and then I'm okay. We'll
do a workshop on working on it, but not until 2026.
There you go.
Look, I'm gonna give you 4 years, because baby, we might be in this for a minute where you ain't gonna be able to do no workshop. But after that, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
you gonna lead us out with Marcy moments?
Actually, Trey said it.
Okay.
Okay, not to be okay, and protect your peace. That's why I wanted him to close, because he said it.
I want to add something to that if I could, because it is okay not to be okay, but it's not okay to stay not okay. Because it's help out there for you, right? So it's therapy, it's podcasts, it's self-help books, like it's family, it's prayer, it's church, the mosque. I mean, it's so many resources. So if you're not okay, right, it's okay to have that moment, but don't stay in that moment. And I want to make sure that people understand that while it is definitely okay not to be okay, we don't have to pretend. Like, Jamie was vulnerable about, like, he was in like a little space, and I think that's good. And he has to have time for that space. But we know that Jamie's not going to stay there, because we ain't going to let him.
And before we cue the music, I do want to just take 10 seconds of silence for those victims. That's all right with y'all. Right.
Yes, absolutely. And the first responders who are dealing with it as well.
Absolutely.
Thank you for that. Okay.
Take us home, Doc.
All right. Okay.
She's Tyreese McAllister, the therapist on the mic, bringing mental health wisdom, shining bright like a light. Guiding souls to peace, leading minds to the right. With her codes by her side, they soar to new heights. Marcy Trueheart in the mix, mental health advocate, speaking truth, sparking change, grinding like a maverick. Empowering minds, lifting spirits, it's never too late. Together with the crew, just trying to do great. Jamie Tyler in the house, a TV star, champion mental health, taking it far, sharing stories, inspiring minds, raising the bar, with codes by the side, reaching for the stars. Thursday therapy, breaking stigmas all around. With this crew, they here for the town. Mental health help, spreading love profound. Their voices echo loud with a resounding sound. Thursday therapy, here to make a change, spreading love, sharing knowledge in a world so strange. Tyreese, Marcy, Jamie on this mental health range, standing united this far from a game.
Yeah, mental health, gotta look out for self. For real, it's so important, and you know we're here to help. Mental health and wellness, I can't stress it enough. Here to lift you up, hosted by Tyreese McAllister. Yeah, join the podcast, bringing good energy once a month. Every Thursday, therapy, talking self-care and radical resilience. Put yourself first, cause it's all about healing. Let's go. Yeah, said this is what you need. Mental health and wellness with Thursday therapy. Yeah, never too late to start with mental health advocate Marcy Trueheart. I know that life can be stressful, don't let it break you. We got the tools to help and to liberate you. You feeling stressed out, I know you've been searching for a little guidance. We provide it because